3 years ago, I had a girlfriend with black stockings whom I met at school. Once we had a fight, and I didn't go to appease her. However, during the Cold War, I saw her laughing and chatting happily with other boys. I didn't want to ask anything. On the third day, I was taken away and forced to do research under an assumed name. 3 years later, I returned after achieving great success. I really want to ask him whether we've broken up. Therefore, upon learning that Su Qinghan was a sophomore at Nanchang University, I, who could have been a professor at Peking University, chose to join Nanchang University and became a freshman there. At Nanchang University's freshman orientation, Su Qinghan sat silently in the chair. He simply sat there quietly. This alone attracted the admiring glances of many freshmen passing by. Xin Xiao, his best friend, couldn't help but say to Su Qinghan, "Qinghan, you truly live up to your reputation as Jiang University's #1 beauty. Look at those new freshmen. Their eyes are glued to you, they can't look away. I bet in a little while, they'll be running around campus asking about you." Su Qinghan remained calm and let them be. "Frankly, I'm not interested in dating. Rather than date those kids, I'd rather spend time with good friends like you. Let's go to Suzhou one day and enjoy the evening breeze by the lake. Let's go to the snack street outside the north gate of the campus. Let's stroll through the night market. Isn't that much more pleasant than romance?" But the moment the words left my lips, the light in Su Qinghan's eyes suddenly dimmed. I suddenly remembered those words. He had once said that to the boy. Alas, among the students who come and go in this school now, although some have eyes like his, noses like his, and even a speaking tone like his, alas, those people will never be him. Xin Xiao saw Su Qinghan's dimmed gaze. Qinghan immediately tensed up. "You wouldn't still be pining for your boyfriend who passed away 3 years ago, would you? Even if you observed 3 years of mourning, that time is up now." Su Qinghan understood her best friend's subtle thoughts, and smiled with a carefree expression on her face. "Actually, there's nothing I can't let go of. But even now, I still can't bring myself to like anyone else." After saying that, she tugged at Xin Xiao's hand, urging him, "Don't just stand there like an idiot. The new students will probably be arriving at the school soon. Don't you want to go to the school gate to greet them? Maybe this year, we'll get a few you find appealing. Where's the handsome guy?" Xin Xiao's eyes lit up. That makes sense. Then he quickly left the reception area. He was going to the school gate to greet the new students. Su Qinghan took a deep breath. He knew, a youthful crush isn't something easily forgotten. Once, with a light turn of his body, he took away his entire youth. His slightly reddened eyes blinked rapidly a few times. Then he seemed to return to that time when he dozed off in Chinese class, copied song lyrics during self-study, and passed notes in math class. Even during the 10-minute break between classes, it's all a sweet dream of the past. A sudden gust of wind blew by. It ruffled the girl's long hair at her temples, and it ruffled his heart. Su Qinghan looked up slightly. For some reason, a touch of disappointment appeared on her face. "If you were still here, how wonderful that would be." In front of Nanchang University, I carried my suitcase. I looked up at the 4 large gilded characters. My heart, which had been calm, was inexplicably stirred. She must have been very sad when I left without saying goodbye all those years ago. I took a deep breath. Slowly, I walked into the campus. As I walked onto campus, I instantly caught the attention of many girls around me. "Girl, look, look. That new student is so handsome. Could this be the legendary handsome guy with great temperament?" I instinctively ignored the noise in my ears. I hadn't walked a few steps when I saw the orientation volunteers. Xin Xiao, with her armband, quickly walked up to me. "Junior, I'm a volunteer for new student registration. Let me take you to register." I didn't refuse. After all, I wasn't very familiar with the place. "Then I'll trouble you, senior sister." After walking only a few steps, I turned and asked the senior sister. "I was wondering, do you know Senior Su Qinghan?" "Of course I do." Xin Xiao nodded immediately, her eyes full of mischief. "Your information network is quite impressive for a freshman, isn't it? You've only just arrived at school, and you've already figured out who our most beautiful school belle is. So you're interested in our school's beauty, Su?" I laughed awkwardly. I went to the same high school as Senior Su. It's because of him. That's why I chose to come to Nanchang University. Xin Xiao looked surprised. He quickly gave me a knowing look. "A pilgrimage, huh? These young people nowadays are incredible. But since you're from the same high school, you must have heard of Senior Su's exploits, right?" I was a little stunned. Senior Su, back in high school, was always a model student. Besides being called the school beauty and top student, of course. I really don't know what's so interesting about Su Qinghan. What's so fascinating about him? Does the fact that he always comes in second in the grade count? Because I'm always first. At that moment, my phone in my pocket suddenly rang. I apologetically glanced at Xin Xiao. "Sorry, I need to take this call." Seeing Xin Xiao shake her head to indicate she was fine, I picked up my phone and answered the call. "Professor Liu, this is Jiang Chen." On the phone, a hearty voice of a middle-aged man came through. "Director Jiang, I'm so sorry. The original plan was for me to greet you at the school gate. There was a problem with a project upstairs, so I can't get away. I'm really sorry." I shook my head and laughed. Of course the project upstairs. takes priority. I'm fine. I'm already preparing my enrollment documents. Professor Liu continued to ask questions, but I still don't understand. With your research capabilities, you could completely replace a doctoral student. Why are you suddenly thinking about going to university? I'll say it again. Whenever you change your mind, I can immediately submit a report to the higher-ups to make you an honorary professor at our Jiangchang University. I guarantee it. The treatment we offer is definitely better than any university. I replied with a smile. Let's talk about that later. Just let me rest for a while longer. Professor Liu nodded repeatedly. Okay. Then report in first, even though I'm not at the university right now. But if you have any problems, just call me directly. I nodded with a slight smile. Okay, I'll definitely visit you when you get back. Then I hung up the phone. Soon, Xin Xiao took me to the new student registration area. He looked around, finding that the person who had been sitting at the reception desk, Su Qinghan, suddenly disappeared. Xin Xiao felt a little disappointed. Turning to look at me, she said, I'm sorry, little junior. Senior Qinghan probably had something come up. You won't be able to see her for now. I smiled lightly and nodded. It's okay. There's plenty of time in the future. We'll have a chance to meet again. Xin Xiao laughed immediately after hearing that. We'll see each other again tomorrow at the freshman orientation. We'll see each other again then. You should register first. I nodded slightly. I walked to the registration table for the academy. I verified the information on my acceptance letter. I found my name on the freshman list. After signing, I received my dorm key and student ID. I headed towards the dormitory. Not long after I left, Su Qinghan arrived with others at Xin Xiao's location. Xin Xiao immediately rushed in front of Su Qinghan. You're awfully unlucky to run into me like this. Let me tell you. This year, we have a super handsome underclassman, and he said he went to the same high school as you. I think this underclassman definitely has his eyes on you. Stop it. I'm not interested in dating right now. Xin Xiao said. I didn't say anything about dating, but he's a direct underclassman from your hometown. I have to take good care of him no matter what. You can meet him at the freshman orientation tomorrow. Then Xin Xiao asked, what about Jiang Chen? Do you have any impression of this younger student? As soon as Xin Xiao said this, Su Qinghan's heart rate slowed down instantly. Even her voice began to tremble. What did you say his name was? Xin Xiao asked questioningly. His name is Jiang Chen? Is there a problem? Su Qinghan shook her head somewhat dejectedly. No. Nothing. Which way did he go just now? Xin Xiao pointed in the direction I had left. By the time Su Qinghan's gaze followed, I had just turned into a small alley. But in that instant, Su Qinghan saw what looked like the boy's back. But then he quickly shook his head. Impossible. Maybe it's just a shared name. Just the same name, a similar back, that's all. Finally, Su Qinghan's body trembled slightly. He retracted his steps, his eagerness to chase after him fading. On the other hand, I arrived at the dormitory building. Following the markings on my dorm key, I pushed open the door to the dorm room where I lived during college. Soon, the few others who remained in the dorm also arrived. The four of us ranked ourselves by birth date. Su Xiang was the eldest. Su Mingdong was the second eldest. I'm Lu Yu, the third brother, and he's Su Mingdong, the fourth. Su Mingdong laughed. It's not easy for everyone to get together from all over the country. I'm from Beijing, and I know this area pretty well. How about I treat everyone to a meal? Su Xiang waved his hand. No need to treat. We're all good. But you know this area better than we do. You decide where we eat. I smiled and nodded. 3 years have passed since then. I don't care about one more day. On the other side, in the girls' dormitory, Xin Xiao smiled and bounced over to Su Qinghan's side. Qinghan, what are we having for dinner tonight? After a moment's thought, Su Qinghan said, let's go to the cafeteria. I think the steamed fish at the first floor cafeteria is pretty good, the new one they've added. Xin Xiao curled her lip. We've only just gotten to school, and you want to go to the cafeteria already? I've been busy all day. Let's go for a stroll around the north gate, okay? See if there's anything good to eat. And let's buy some fruit on the way back. Su Qinghan immediately glared at him. I see you. Want to go out and check out our schools. New male underclassman, right? Xin Xiao chuckled darkly. Not bad. Su Qinghan turned to look at her two other roommates. What about you two? Want to go out for a walk? The other two girls immediately nodded. No problem. Su Qinghan looked up at Xin Xiao. She said, it feels like a whole summer has passed. We haven't all gone out together from our dorm in ages. Then let's go. After quickly packing up, Su Qinghan and the three others left the girls' dormitory. Almost at the same time, the four of us from our dorm, we also came to the snack street at the north gate. I went straight to a barbecue restaurant and sat down. Meanwhile, Xin Xiao, holding Su Qinghan's wrist, looked around, then immediately said to Su Qinghan and the other two beside her, sisters, let's think about it. Which restaurant should we go to? The other two girls nodded. We can all do it. Xin Xiao then turned her gaze to Su Qinghan beside her. Su Qinghan casually looked up. After quickly glancing around the restaurant, her whole body trembled violently for a moment. I saw, at the entrance of a barbecue restaurant, standing next to Su Xiang and the others. I walked into the barbecue restaurant. At that moment, Su Xinhan felt her mind go blank. Mei Mao stared intently at the shop I had entered. She stopped breathing, unable to recover for a long time. It was too similar. Unlike the back I saw this morning, just now. He seemed to have really seen me. A boy almost identical to Jiang Chang. His clothes were the same as she remembered. A clean white short-sleeved shirt and long jeans. And that messy, but not unkempt, black short hair. At that moment, Su Qinghan felt like she was suffocating. She didn't want to believe Jiang Chang was dead. Xin Xiao gently shook Su Qinghan's wrist. Qinghan, what are you spacing out about? Su Qinghan finally snapped out of it. Looking at Xin Xiao and the others, said, let's eat barbecue. Barbecue and beer are a perfect match in summer. Xin Xiao and the others naturally had no objections. Then Su Qinghan led Xin Xiao and the others slowly towards me. That barbecue restaurant he just walked into. With every step, his heart beat faster. In this world, are there really people who look exactly alike? Or was it that moment, that Su Qinghan's heart, which she'd memorized for 3 years, was slowly coming back to life? Whether it's wishful thinking, or a foolish delusion, he has to go and see this Jiang Chen from his memory. That boy who looks exactly alike. At this time, the few of us went into the shop first, and found a private room to sit down in. After casually taking the menu and glancing at it a few times, I looked at everyone and said I was going to the restroom. Just keep an eye on things. On the other side, Su Qinghan and Xin Xiao and the others also arrived at the shop. First, they found a corner to sit down and greeted the owner. After the menu was brought over, Su Qinghan looked at the others. You guys can just order whatever you want. I think I saw someone I know. I'll go find him. Xin Xiao's eyes lit up. Someone familiar? Could it be little brother? Su Qinghan rolled her eyes. Go. You order first. Then he stood there. His gaze swept around the barbecue restaurant. After discovering that all the faces were unfamiliar, their expression immediately fell. Then they took a deep breath and quickly pushed open the doors of the various private rooms. After finding that the familiar face was still not there, they dejectedly walked out of the private rooms, muttering apologies. I've gone to the wrong room. Su Qinghan finally. I pushed open the door to Su Xiang's private room. Seeing Su Qinghan come in, Su Xiang and the others instantly widened their eyes. Senior sister Su. Su Qinghan awkwardly smiled at Su Xiang and the other two. Hello, she said. Then, she looked at the 4 sets of chopsticks and bowls on the table, and curiously asked, is there someone else? Su Xiang quickly spoke up. Our youngest went to the restroom. Su Qinghan nodded. Looking at them apologetically, she said, sorry, I thought I saw someone I knew. So I went into the wrong private room. Then he quickly left the private room. As soon as he turned around, he saw a man wearing a white short-sleeved shirt. A figure walked past. At that moment, Su Qinghan's heart rate immediately quickened considerably. After taking a deep breath, he slowly walked up behind the boy. He gently patted him on the shoulder. The boy in front quickly turned around. Upon seeing Su Qinghan, my eyes lit up for a moment. Su, what do you need? Su Qinghan's expression changed instantly. I'm sorry. Excuse me, classmate. I've mistaken you for someone else. I'm truly sorry. Su Qinghan apologized repeatedly. Finally, she returned to Xin Xiao and the others, completely distraught. Xin Xiao quickly asked, what's wrong? She went for a walk and came back looking lost. Su Qinghan forced a smile and looked up, saying, nothing. Then, she looked at the ice beer on the table. This is the first time we're all out for a barbecue this semester. Let's have a couple of beers first. I'll drink first to show my respect. He opened the beer. After pouring himself a full glass of beer, Zhu Qinghan tilted his head back and gulped it down, drinking all the beer in the glass. Meanwhile, I slowly walked out of the restroom. I didn't look towards the main hall. I went straight in through the door and into the private room. On the table in the private room, ice-cold beer had already been poured. Seeing me come in, Su Xiang and the other two immediately started laughing. Old 3, you were in the toilet for ages. Everyone's been waiting for you. Come on. Let's celebrate being together from all corners of the earth. Let's all have a drink together. I didn't hesitate. After sitting down, I immediately picked up my wine glass. I smiled at the 3 of them and said cheers. After 3 rounds of drinks, and after many dishes, Su Mingdong's face was flushed. Holding up a wine glass, he smiled at them. Senior Su Qinghan is also eating at this restaurant. You said, should we go out and offer him a toast? Well, he'll be our assistant instructor during military training. My expression changed. Did Su Qinghan just come over? Lu Yu immediately said, you just went to the restroom. Senior Su probably went to the wrong private room, so she came into ours for a bit. When I went to the restroom just now, I saw him and his roommate still drinking outside. Su Xiang nodded in agreement. Yeah. I saw them too. I have to say, Senior Su really lives up to her reputation as Jiangda's top student. Even Hua drinks like a fish. My brow furrowed slightly. Su Qinghan before drinking never touched a drop of alcohol. Accompanied by the sound of chairs scraping, I instantly stood up from my chair. Su Xiang and the others immediately looked at me and asked, Lao San, where are you going? A hint of worry appeared in my eyes. Then I smiled and looked at Su Xiang and the others. I'll be right back. Keep drinking. Having said that, I pushed open the private room door. I walked into the lobby. My gaze swept across the room. I quickly found Su Qinghan, who was steadily drinking. At the table, Xin Xiao and his two roommates looked at Su Qinghan with worry. "Qinghan, don't drink anymore. Look, you're already drunk." After Su Qinghan wandered around the barbecue restaurant, they sensed something was wrong with him. He seemed lost and out of it. He was drinking one glass after another. At first, everyone thought Su Qinghan was in a bad mood, so they just drank a few cups with her. I didn't expect the sister to drink so heavily. Su Qinghai's eyes were already a little hazy. "It's okay. I'll just finish this last cup. I won't drink anymore." His hand, holding the wine glass, trembled slightly. His face was flushed crimson. Then, before his eyes, a face that haunted his dreams suddenly appeared. Though somewhat blurry, Su Qinghan was certain it was Jiang Chang. But Su Qinghan was certain it was Jiang Chang. "Don't drink." I snatched the cup from his hand and drank it down in one gulp. Then, I looked at Su Qinghan with concern. I asked the others, how much did he drink? Xin Xiao pointed to the 75 beer bottles on the ground. "He drank all of these," our big laughing Su. Then, after drinking too much, Su Qinghan lifted his head. His eyes were slightly red. 2 lines of tears instantly flowed down. "I didn't drink too much. Is that you, Jiang Chen? You finally appeared." Then, he hugged me tightly, the one standing beside him. Gasping, he said, "I promise you, I'll never argue with you again. Don't disappear on me like that again, okay?" My eyes were complex. Reaching out, I gently patted Su Qinghan's trembling shoulder. Turning to Xin Xiao, I asked, "Senior, where's your dorm? I'll help you take her back." Xin Xiao was stunned for a moment, then became excited. "We can't carry her either. Then we'll trouble you, Junior." I shook my head. "No trouble." Then I reached out and put my arm around Su Qinghan's slender waist. In a princess carry, I quickly lifted her from the chair and into my arms. I slowly left the private room of the barbecue restaurant. Su Xiang and the others poked their heads out, watching me carry Su Qinghan away. Several people instantly froze in place. It was quite sudden. They had just been discussing whether or not to go toast Su Qinghan. Jiang Chang, however, just went ahead and carried her away. "What's going on?" Su Qinghan's 2 roommates were also completely baffled. During my first year of university, many guys pursued Su Qinghan. There were rich second-generation kids and even entrepreneurs from outside the school. But without exception, Su Qinghan rejected them all. On campus, she didn't even give any of the male students a second glance, not even a shred of kindness. Why did this younger student come over and immediately throw himself onto someone? Xin Xiao was also a little surprised, judging by the current situation. There might be some untold gossip between these two, but as far as he knew, Su Qinghan had also had a thing with a boy. That's her ex-boyfriend who died 3 years ago. Could Jiangchen be thinking about that? Xin Xiao couldn't help but shiver. Could it be a case of disembowelment? But at this moment, he didn't have the heart to think about too many problems. He quickly ran to the cash register of the barbecue restaurant. After paying the bill, I took the other 2 from the dorm and went out with me. Su Qinghan drowsily opened her eyes, staring intently at me, so close at hand. Her hands instantly wrapped around my neck, like a squirrel counting, her whole body hanging on me. Her breath was warm on my ear as she whispered, "Is it really you, Jiang Cheng? You're finally back. Promise me you won't leave again, okay? I really promise I'll never argue with you again." The faint scent of a young girl, mixed with a light smell of alcohol. Watching Su Qinghan in my arms, restless, her eyes hazy. What should I say? He's also a young man who just recently came of age, full of youthful passion. Su Qinghan's actions instantly sent a surge of blood rushing through my body. I couldn't help but swallow. I helplessly looked down at Su Qinghan in my arms. My eyes instantly softened with affection. "I promise I'll never leave you again." Su Qinghan listened to my words. Instantly, nestled in my arms, they smiled contentedly. It was like a child acting cute. They called out, "Then you promise, never leave again. From now on, if anyone disappears without a word, they're a puppy. Woof woof woof, a puppy." I nodded repeatedly, "I promise. Whoever disappears is the little dog." Su Qinghan finally calmed down. She nestled quietly in my arms and slowly fell asleep. I turned to look at Xin Xiao, who was following beside me. "Does he often act like this after drinking?" Xin Xiao shook his head repeatedly. No. Although we occasionally go out for gatherings in the dorm, drinking beer and stuff, Qinghan always drinks in moderation. He's never been drunk before." Then he couldn't help but laugh again. "Speaking of which, it's also our first time seeing Qinghan drunk. I never thought such a cool person would be like this when drunk. He's still like a little child." The 2 girls beside him nodded repeatedly. I nodded slightly. "Oh, I see." Then, I glanced at the phones Xin Xiao and the other 2 were holding up. I asked questioningly, "Are you filming?" Xin Xiao and the others had the same expression. They smiled awkwardly at me. "Recording a good time. We're just recording his drunk state. When he sobers up tomorrow, it'll be easier to show him. It will help him remember what happened tonight." After I twitched my mouth, I simply said, "Fine, take the pictures. Just make sure you get a good one of me. Remember to take a good picture of me." Xin Xiao and the others immediately burst into laughter. Alright, but they hadn't gone 2 steps, when Xin Xiao curiously glanced at me again. That junior, you wouldn't be the one he was talking about. The ex-boyfriend who died 3 years ago, would you? I pondered for a few seconds. If I'm not mistaken, it should be me. Xin Xiao and the others were instantly confused. He also said, You mean I've been dead for 3 years, right? I looked down. Su Qinghan, peacefully asleep in my arms. The corners of my mouth unconsciously turned up slightly. Actually, I also want to know why he said I've been dead for 3 years. There was a pause of a few seconds. A playful smile gradually spread across my face. My ex-girlfriend. Under Xin Xiao's guidance, I carefully carried Su Jinhan to the entrance of their dormitory. Then, cautiously, I put him down from my arms. Looking at Xin Xiao and the others, I've entrusted him to a few senior female students while he's in the dorm. Please take care of him tonight. Xin Xiao and the others nodded repeatedly, no problem. Then, they all stood beside Su Qinghan. They helped him up. Step by step, they walked him into the girls' dormitory. After I watched them disappear from sight, I left the entrance of the girls' dormitory. When I rushed back to the barbecue restaurant, Su Xiang and the others were still sitting honestly in the private room. When they saw me enter, the 3 of them stood up, looking like they were about to interrogate me. Su Xiang looked at me with a gossipy expression and asked, Third brother, tell us what's going on. It's only the first day of college, and you disappeared without a word. We got Jiangda's most beautiful campus queen. I helplessly glanced at the others. What got? I've known him since high school. Su Xiang rolled his eyes at me. Third brother. Don't think we're blind. Just ordinary friends. Then why did you use a princess carry to walk him back to the dorm? His roommate is just a decoration. What's more, I saw it clearly. Su Daxiaohua actively threw herself into your arms. Lu Yu's eyes lit up. Old 3. You wouldn't be the one Su Daxiaohua referred to as that ex-boyfriend who died 3 years ago, would you? You two broke up 3 years ago. And you broke his heart. It's hate born from love. That's why he's been spreading rumors that you're dead. I'm completely helpless. Don't make wild guesses. I haven't done anything wrong to him. And we're not even a couple. Wen Yan and Su Mingdong laughed. As far as I know, he never dated in high school. Oh, I see. So that ex-boyfriend who died 3 years ago was a rumor spread by Su Daxiaohua Du. She's using this non-existent ex-boyfriend as a shield. So it seems, I might have a chance? Su Xiang glared at Su Mingdong. Go. Stop thinking nonsense. I swear on my keen 6th sense. There's definitely some untold story between Lao San and our Su Da's laughter. Absolutely some untold stories between them. Whoosh. Su Xiang and the other 2 looked at me with gossiping eyes. I sighed helplessly. We've never been together. Nor have I ever abandoned anyone after starting a relationship. Just a normal classmate relationship. Lu Yu asked again, so you don't have any ideas? I fell silent for a moment. At the same time, at a large aerospace research base in Mabe, a group of research scholars solemnly said, Everyone. Regarding the failure of this test flight, does anyone have any thoughts? At this time, Professor Lu suddenly stood up, looking up at everyone and saying, I know someone. Maybe he can help us solve the problem. The person he's talking about is Jiang Chen. Regarding the Guangkaji research, the research base encountered quite a few problems at the time, but once those problems were in his hands, they were quickly resolved, in a way. For those who participated in the Guangkaji research base, the researchers who designed it, Jiang Cheng's status in their minds has become almost mythical. Hearing this, Lin Zhangwo, in charge of the West Belt Aerospace and chief designer of fighter engine, immediately turned his gaze to Professor Lu. He said, who could possibly solve this problem? Professor Lu Yong slowly began to speak. Jiang Cheng? Everyone present looked puzzled. The name was too unfamiliar, because Jiang Cheng's current status in the country is definitely SSS level, a death sentence. Only Lin Zhangwo, standing in the crowd, showed a slight change in expression. He looked at Lu Yong and asked, the Jiang Cheng you mentioned, is the one you once participated in? The chief designer of that project? As the vice president of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, he's quite well informed. Not to mention, back then, to nominate me, he even met with senior academicians of the Chinese Academy of Sciences. We even had a meeting together, regarding Jiang Chen's achievements. He has a certain level of understanding. Lu Yong nodded heavily, it's him. Lin Zhangwo was a little doubtful. Then can you ask him to come over? As far as he knew, that kid wasn't being idle anymore. He'd gone off to study at Peking University. No, he's still being idle. Jiang Cheng's scientific talent is something even these senior academicians are aware of. In just 3 years, he went from nothing to researching and developing a nanometer lithography machine. This single achievement propelled China's chip development to the pinnacle of the world. This scientific talent, he almost wishes he could take this young man. 24 hours of research at the research base. Lu Yong nodded and said he couldn't guarantee it. But we have to try, right? Lin Zhangwo pondered for a few seconds. A glimmer of expectation gradually appeared in his eyes. Finally nodding, he said, then you try. The next morning, I was packing my clothes in the dormitory. While talking on the phone, I said to Lu Yong on the other end, no problem. I'll buy the earliest flight ticket and come over. I should arrive tonight. Then I hung up. Su Ziyang, who had just gotten out of bed, rubbed the back of his head sleepily, looked up at me as I packed my bags. Old 3 questioned me suspiciously. What are you packing up so early in the morning? I replied that I had some family matters. I needed to go home for a while. The design of the 7th generation aerospace combat engine. Research work. This wasn't something I was supposed to be involved in. But I also understand that once I dedicated myself to scientific research, I no longer belong to myself. Some things have to be done. Su Ziyang instantly snapped back to reality. Whoa, you're not going to military training? I replied. I've already informed the school. Su Ziyang nodded, seemingly understanding. How long will you be gone? If it's quick, a week. If it's slow, I guess I'll be back by the time your military training is over. Su Ziyang completely sobered up. You wouldn't be trying to avoid military training, would you? Then why did you leave so suddenly? Did you say goodbye to Su Dashio and Hua? My movements of packing my clothes instantly stopped. Meanwhile, in the girls' dormitory, Xu Cheng's morning sun shone through the window. Onto the dormitory floor, Su Qinghan rubbed her slightly aching forehead. She casually stretched. Turning to Xin Xiao, who had already gotten up, she asked, Xiao Qiao, what time is it? Xin Xiao laughed. It's still early, only 7 o'clock. Aren't you going to sleep? Su Qinghan quickly climbed up from the bed. He easily rubbed his eyes. Did I get drunk last night? I vaguely remember. I think I even hugged the water. Hearing this, Xin Xiao laughed. Because I thought you'd blacked out. Then he pulled out his phone and opened the video he'd recorded last night. How about it? Want your older sister to help you remember? Su Qinghan exclaimed helplessly. He actually recorded a video. Then Xiao handed the phone to Su Qinghan. Look at this yourself. Do you remember the person who carried you away? Su Qinghan quickly grabbed the phone. After seeing the image on the phone screen, she froze on the spot. The phone was playing a video of Jiang Chen carrying him back to school. It even recorded my line about taking a picture. Remember to take a nice picture of me. Suddenly, countless memories flooded back. 1, 2 drops. Tears flowed continuously, quickly streaming down Su Qinghan's eyes. It was as if she feared I would disappear. After watching the video, Su Qinghan quickly ran to the bed. Staring wide-eyed, I asked Xiao Qiao, how do you know Jiang Chen? Where is he now? Xiao Qiao replied, he's a freshman in our finance department, a junior. He showed up after you got drunk last night. Then you threw yourself into his arms, and then he carried you back. Xin Xiao indirectly asked another question. He wouldn't be the one you're talking about, the boyfriend who died 3 years ago, would he? Su Qinghan didn't even have time to answer Xin Xiao's question. Quickly changing her clothes, she rushed out of the dorm. Xin Xiao called out helplessly, hey, why are you in such a rush? Do you know where his dorm is? Su Qinghan shouted as he ran. Send me the freshman dorm assignment list. At the entrance to the men's dormitory, there weren't many people coming and going. I walked slowly on the path by the dormitory entrance. I was going to get breakfast at the school cafeteria. Suddenly, Su Qinghan's trembling voice. It appeared in my ear. Jiang Cheng suddenly looked up. Su Qinghan had already wiped away the tears on her face. He looked at me calmly. 3 years had passed. Jiang Cheng's appearance hadn't changed much, but he seemed to have grown taller. His eyes had also lost their former childishness. He's developed a more mature and steady demeanor. But some things haven't changed. He's still so gentle and refined. Although I'd been seen by Su Qinghan once in a video, now that we're meeting officially, at that very moment, just then, Su Qinghan felt like her heart was about to stop. A deathly silence fell between them. Neither of them spoke first. Like that time he angrily told me, I never want to see you again. But back then, it was mostly just anger. Now, he's more curious, confused, and resentful. Resentful of me, from back then. Why did you leave without a word, even if we were never together? Shouldn't friends say goodbye? I was stunned. I stared at Su Qinghan for a long time. He was the same as 3 years ago. He hadn't changed much in appearance. He was still as handsome as before. She's still so youthful and beautiful. Actually, when I left the research base, I had already thought about all the possible ways to start a conversation with Su Qinghan. You're 18 now. Do you have a boyfriend? How have you been these past few years? Congratulations. I finally got into Jiangcheng University. But now, I really don't know how to face Su Qinghan. 3 years ago, I received a legacy from a hyper-civilization, the Eternal Knowledge Treasury. Although, based on my current level of knowledge, I still don't understand the Eternal Knowledge Treasury concept, but it exists deep within his own brain. He himself learned it by studying the contents of the Eternal Knowledge Treasury. Finally, he researched and developed Inami's light technology, and this is merely second-rate technology from the Eternal Knowledge Treasury. It was precisely because of the nanometer precision light technology in underwear technology that I, with a try-it-out attitude, submitted this technology to the state. That's why I left without a word 3 years ago. Su Qinghan and I looked at each other for dozens of seconds. In those dozens of seconds, bits and pieces of our time together in high school, it resurfaced in both their minds. They were both called up to the platform by the teacher. The jeering from the classmates below as they solved the problem, encouraging each other. running the 5-kilometer race at the school sports meet, secretly eating spicy strips in class, and the sunset, the sky turning red in the twilight. The rosy clouds in their youth. They're all engraved with each other's names. It's a pity he never held my dirty hands after I played basketball, and I never smoothed his hair after the wind messed it up. Standing here now, I hesitated for a long time. Then I looked up and asked, I heard you've been telling everyone I'm dead. Su Qinghan's eyes flickered rapidly. His eyes instantly welled up again. It seemed 1,000 words choked in his throat. He gritted his teeth. He almost roared, yes. Jiang Chen, aren't you dead? Why are you appearing again? 3 whole years. He really thought I was dead. But now, here I am, appearing before him. My tone was consistent. I really wanted to explain everything that happened to me in the past 3 years, why I left, and what I've been doing. But with my current identity, it's simply not convenient to reveal. Countless words of explanation welled up in my heart. But I forcibly held them back. The things I did in these past 3 years, the specifics, even my closest confidants absolutely cannot know. Even the contributions I made can only be revealed after my death. Only then could it be made public. Finally, I only whispered, no matter what. Long time no see. Hearing this, Su Qinghan's expression immediately turned cold. I don't want to see you. I came to see you, just to confirm whether you're dead or not. Now I know you're still alive. Then I'll go first. Saying this, Su Qinghan turned to leave. Su Qinghan. I called out to him. Su Qinghan turned back. What is it? I slowly said. I just wanted to tell you about our agreement from that year. I didn't break my promise. Su Qinghan sneered. The agreement from that year. He suppressed his anger, looking at me and Jiang Chang. What is our relationship? Who do you think you are? You want to leave? Leave. You want to appear? Appear. 3 years. I've sent you so many messages, and you haven't replied to a single one. Without any reason. You disappeared as if you evaporated into thin air. Don't you think that's incredibly cool? Incredibly smug? That you think you can make me remember you for the rest of my life? Didn't you disappear? Since you disappeared, why are you reappearing now? Su Qinghan practically yelled the last sentence, as if she needed to release all the sadness and resentment she'd been bottling up for the past 3 years. At first, he really did still hold out hope, wondering if it was his fault for being so awful to her, for suddenly disappearing for a whole summer. Back then, he thought that once he found Jiang Chen, he would really give him a piece of his mind. But then he gave up. I haven't heard from him in 3 years. He was gradually starting to forget the things that happened between us 3 years ago. But now I've suddenly reappeared. I was speechless. What could I say? A man of 6 feet should serve his country, not his lover. In the end, I could only sigh helplessly. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have left without saying goodbye back then. I left too hastily. I don't know how to face the research project I'm involved in. It's a state secret, you see. Even my parents only know that I was specially recruited by the state to serve the country. I have no regrets, but I feel guilty towards Su Qinghan. Su Qinghan clenched her teeth. You don't need to apologize to me. We don't have any relationship anyway. You can leave if you want. You can stay if you want. Whatever you want to do has nothing to do with me. I reluctantly glanced at Su Qinghan. I'm leaving. Something urgent came up at home, and I need to go back for a while. But I'll be back at the latest after military training ends. Su Qinghan's face tightened after hearing this. What happened? But then his expression softened again. If you're leaving, just leave. I'm not anyone to you. You don't need to explain to me. I smiled. I said, although we've already contacted the school. But you're still our class's assistant deputy party member, after all. New students missing military training, and giving the counselor a heads up. Isn't that only right? Besides, in my eyes, you're far more than just my tutor. Su Qinghan snorted softly. I don't understand what you're saying. Then, pretending to be calm, she said, is there anything else? If not, I'll go. No, there isn't, I said, raising my hand, wanting to smooth down his slightly messy hair. But just as my hand was about to touch it, I restrained myself and stopped. This shouldn't count as leaving without saying goodbye, should it? I don't want to be a puppy anymore. I don't care about you. Su Qinghan. Suddenly, I recalled what I said last night after getting drunk. Those words. His face flushed red. He glared at me and said, I have something to do at home. If you're leaving, then leave quickly. It's so annoying. After saying that, he quickly turned and left. I stood there watching Su Qinghan run away, but a smile gradually appeared on my lips. Maybe I really don't know how to be romantic. Back in the dorm, Su Qinghan thought for a long time. Su Qinghan, I'm suddenly angry at myself. Can't I be a little stronger? Can't I stop feeling soft-hearted every time I see him? He left without a word 3 years ago. Has he ever considered your feelings? Suffering? And you're still worried about what's happening in his family? Then she took a few deep breaths. After calming himself down, he quickly made up his mind. He absolutely couldn't let the events of the past 3 years just go unpunished. Meanwhile, at the airport, at that moment, I had already stepped into the elevator heading to the gate. Then, someone shouted to the people in the elevator. The people inside, come out quickly, get out first. I looked up at the people outside the elevator. In that swarming crowd, it turned out to be a celebrity. And quite a few female fans were taking pictures there. I couldn't help but sneer. Don't you people know how to wait for the next elevator? Did you build this airport? The male star's assistant's facial expression immediately turned ugly. What do you mean? Don't you know how packed Kuan's schedule is? Don't you know? Our plane is almost here. Hurry up and move. I remained impassive. The plane's arrival is none of our business. Ask the people standing in this elevator. Which one of them doesn't have their own things to do? Do celebrities have special privileges? Hearing this, the fervent female fans surrounding this male star couldn't take it anymore. Giving Kuan the elevator is simply your honor. Hurry up and get out of the way. What are you standing there for? If this delays Kuan's flight, can you people afford to take responsibility for that? At this time, the male star's face also looked a little unpleasant. In the past 2.5 years of explosive popularity in China, he has become accustomed to a life of luxury and ease, let alone giving up the elevator. Even when filming, if he's 2.5 hours late, the whole crew has to wait for him. But as a star, it's his professional habit that he's still very cautious in certain aspects. If he does something extreme, it's easy to cause public resentment. The next second, a smile appeared on his face. After dismissing his assistant and bodyguard, he looked at me in the elevator and smiled, saying, "It's okay. Although I'm in a hurry, I'll let you go first. After all, everyone is busy." I twitched my mouth speechlessly. This wasted time was enough for the elevator to go up and down again. But the crazy fans excitedly said, "Their older brother is so well-mannered." He even pointed at me and made comments. I shook my head helplessly. I didn't even respond to that male star. I just pressed the button to close the elevator doors. I thought to myself, truly, a hero's bones are unheeded. Actors' families are the masters of. Not long after I left, the male star turned around and smiled at the fans. A flash of coldness crossed his eyes. All right. Everyone, please don't make a fuss. It's just a minor incident. Please don't spread this online. We should go now. Everyone, disperse. His assistant also quickly followed suit. Smiling at everyone, all right everyone, let's disperse. Remember, absolutely do not spread this to the internet. Absolutely not. Of course, while saying that, I've already started planning how to use this to do some marketing. Those fans, I hadn't considered that before, but after they mentioned it, in all the various fan groups of this male star, it instantly blew up. Kuan is their everything. They bullied their idol. It's almost worse than killing their parents. Even more excessive. After 10 minutes or so, those crazed female fans of Kuan started posting online various maliciously edited videos with slogans denouncing me. Suddenly, I became a target of online hate, a rat everyone was trying to beat. Inside Jiang De's dormitory, Xinxiu, who was comfortably watching videos, saw this rapidly rising hot search, immediately called Su Qinghan, who was beside him, over. Qinghan, look at this, is this your junior? Many people online are scolding him. Su Qinghan was stunned. My junior? He quickly took Xinxiu's phone and looked at it. Are his fans all idiots? I'm speechless. Then he pulled out his phone. He went straight to the trending topics and started cursing. Are celebrities superior beings? It's just an elevator they didn't let him use. Is he in such a hurry to be reincarnated or to die? He can curse Jiang Chang. Jiang Chang owes him. But others can't. But he quickly discovered. His comments were immediately drowned out by those malicious comments. In Su Jinhan's eyes, a hint of worry appeared. Perhaps it was at this moment. In a certain special office, the emergency red light suddenly flashed. A large number of users are revealing our country's SSS information online, including the identities of confidential members. There's a potential risk of a leak. We're preparing to intercept. Please await further instructions from above. After seeing this, Liu Changqing, the director of the Security Administration Bureau, immediately flew into a rage. What the hell are you people doing? Get someone to immediately remove all information about Jiang Chang online, and immediately assign someone to investigate this matter. See if there's any foreign intelligence organization fueling the flames. I'm giving you only 10 minutes. China can survive without me, the head of the National Security Agency. Long. But China's scientific research community absolutely cannot be without him. Meanwhile, at the airport terminal, I received a call from Chu Weiming. Little Chu, don't you worry about this. Leave it to the old man. I'll handle it. Just wait for your flight. I didn't think much of it at first, but the next second, several girls in flashy clothes walked up to me. You're Jiang Chen, right? You're quite the looker. Aren't you in a hurry? Why are you still waiting in the waiting area? Might as well sit here. You're just trying to ride on my brother's fame. Hoping to gain popularity from him, aren't you? Don't you want to be famous? Then we'll help you become famous. As soon as the words left her mouth, one of the girls threw a whole bottle of water on me. I didn't have time to react. I was completely soaked. The security guard in the waiting hall also saw this. He quickly rushed over to me. What are you guys doing? The girls exchanged glances and then quickly ran away. I had just finished wiping the water off myself with a tissue. The screen of my phone, which I had placed aside, suddenly lit up. Su Qinghan, worried in the dorm, silently sent a text message. Are you okay? My terrible mood instantly brightened. But just as I was about to reply to Su Qinghan's aloof message, the dorm head called. I was furious when I heard. It turned out Su Qinghan and a few girls from her dorm were all speaking up for me online. But someone leaked it, I don't know who. We were desk mates in high school. Someone even posted his photos online. Now he's being bombarded with insults from Kuen's fans. From the beginning, I've taken a tolerant and indifferent attitude towards that group of rabid fans. But I can't take it anymore this time. I took a deep breath. I looked down at the message Su Qinghan sent. My heart ached a little. He's being scolded online like that, and he's still worried about me. A few seconds later, in the restroom, I called him. He answered quickly. Su Qinghan was the first to speak, asking Jiang Chen. How are you doing at the airport now? Are you okay? I heard those fans are crazy. They didn't do anything to you, did they? No. Don't worry about this for now. Leave it to me, okay? Just stay in the dorm for now. Find a happy movie to watch. I'll take care of it after the movie. But Su Qinghan's tone was somewhat agitated. How will you take care of it? There are so many people online now, pouring scorn on you. How can you handle it alone? By the end, his voice was choked with tears. Seeing this, I comforted him a few words. Su Shuejie said with a smile, again. You're so nervous around me. Does that mean you've forgiven me? No way. Su Qinghan immediately turned away from Jiang Chen with a proud and aloof expression. Let me tell you, it's one thing after another. I helped you online, only because what they did was simply too much. That's all. Don't think too much about it. Just give it up. I absolutely will not forgive you. Humph. Finished. He silently added to himself. At the very least, I can't forgive so easily. He's so pathetic. It's been 3 years since we last contacted each other. But as soon as I appear, he immediately raises a white flag in his heart, unconditionally surrendering. All the unhappiness in his heart immediately vanishes into thin air. From the moment I first saw Su Qinghan, I knew he was still the same him. He's just too proud. The only fortunate thing is that he and I haven't missed each other completely. I look up, and there's still a long time until the future. When I'm done with my family matters, I'll properly beg your forgiveness then. Su Qinghan snorted, too lazy to talk to you. I'll hang up. Girls' dorm. Su Qinghan's expression tightened. She hung up the phone. Then I took a few quick, deep breaths. I raised my hand to my slightly flushed cheeks, and quickly fanned myself. After shaking my head, I continued to pick up my phone and become a warrior of justice, starting to comment again. After hanging up on Su Qinghan, I took it from my suitcase. He took out a secure phone. He dialed a number. This is Jiang Chen, Secure Communications Room. I request to speak with Director Liu Changqing of the National Security Agency. After Director Liu answered, Academician Jiang said, I'm so sorry to bother you. Rest assured, your identity will absolutely not be revealed. All involved personnel. Our National Security Agency will also conduct a thorough investigation. That's a lot of trouble for Director Liu, but I still need to trouble you. That girl, Jiang De, who supported me on Weibo. I don't want her to be further affected by this. No trouble at all. These are things that our National Security Agency. What should be done? After saying that, he hung up, looking at the topic that was still climbing on Weibo. What's going on? Haven't we already started deleting some comments? Why is the heat still so high? The staff were a little helpless. There were too many fans. We can't delete all the comments. Deleted a batch. Another batch will appear immediately. Liu Changqing coldly snorted. Notify the other agencies. Within 2 minutes, all news about Jiang Cheng online must disappear. With his order, police stations nationwide, all the military headquarters, received official documents requesting assistance from all streets in the investigation. The document only contains 2 points. The first is to prohibit any private discussion within the police station. The second is to arrest people. Although the description in the document is simple, everyone knows that. The shorter the wording, the bigger the matter. Meanwhile, in the VIP lounge, Kunken relaxed on a luxurious massage chair, watching the heated discussion, his eyes full of disdain and smugness. Pathetic loser. You, a mere commoner, dare to fight me? I can crush you with the flick of a wrist. His assistant chuckled. The fans are really amazing. It hasn't even been half an hour yet. This topic is about to hit #1 on the trending searches. Your exposure has increased a lot. Just as they were happy, inside Kuen's agency, the secretary rushed in. Mr. Sun, it's bad news. People from the tax bureau are here. They're going to take away all our company's financial and tax information. And many departments, even people from the police station, are all heading towards the company. They're all coming to the company. The talent agencies. CEO Sun's eyes instantly fell into confusion. And at the airport, Kuen and his assistant at this time were receiving a series of contract cancellations. They still hadn't figured out what was going on. Four plainclothes officers approached. We are law enforcement officers from the National Security Agency. According to our investigation, you two are suspected of endangering national security personnel. We're placing you under arrest. Come with us, please. Kuen was stunned. Wasn't he just trying to get someone to yield the elevator for him? And he didn't even get the elevator. How did it come to this? Just who was that guy? Kuan, unwilling to accept it, asked, may I ask? Just who is this Jiang Chen? The law enforcement officer's face was grim. You don't deserve to know his identity. But before Kuan could recover, he saw me sitting quietly in the waiting hall. Immediately, 2 of the National Security Agency personnel went over. Mr. Jiang, we've almost taken care of everything online. We too are here to ensure your safety. I stood up and thanked them. Then I looked at Kuan with a guarded gaze. I smiled, big star. Good luck in the days to come. He was instantly enraged. But with a slight movement, he was held down by 2 of the bailiffs. However, a star has so many supportive fans after all. But when countless scandals were exposed, his fans were immediately restless. But only 10 minutes later, even bigger bombshells about him came out. According to the tax authorities' investigation, Kuan evaded over 1 billion yuan in taxes. This has directly provoked public outrage. Meanwhile, in the girls' dormitory at Jiangcheng University, Xin Xiao excitedly shouted, Qinghan! Qinghan, did you see it? The authorities have taken action. Your Jiangcheng is really lucky this time. Su Qinghan nodded repeatedly. I saw it, but he proudly explained, I solemnly declare again, Jiangcheng and I really, truly have nothing to do with each other anymore. The next second, the phone in his hand rang. His face tightened instantly. He immediately made a shushing gesture, don't make a sound. Jiang Chen was calling. Xin Xiao instantly smirked. You say you and Jiang Chen have nothing to do with each other? He just calls, and you get all nervous like this. Go. He rolled his eyes several times. He took a deep breath. Only then did he answer my call. Jiang Chen, what's wrong? Is anything the matter? I'm about to board the plane, so I'm calling to let you know. Su Qinghan nodded thoughtfully. Then she immediately pouted and said, we don't have any relationship. You can board the plane. What does it have to do with me? You don't need to call me. This is the airport announcement for the flight to Maubei. Boarding call for Maubei. I'm getting on the plane. I'll look for you when I get back. And I still want to know about that ex-boyfriend you said died 3 years ago. What do you mean, ex-boyfriend? My ex-girlfriend. Su Qinghan's cheeks flushed instantly. What ex-boyfriend? I don't know. Go board your flight. I'll hang up. After hanging up the phone, Su Qinghan immediately became nervous. Why would he bring this up? I really thought he was dead back then. Who knew he was still alive? How do I explain this? I can't tell him I really liked you. So I gave you, the deceased, the identity of an ex-boyfriend. But then he had some doubts. The passenger going to the north, Jiang Chang. When did Jiang Chang move to the north? Before he could think it over, Xin Xiao leaned closer, teasing, little Qinghan, you unfilial child. Do you know what you looked like just now when you were on the phone? You looked exactly like a lovesick little kitten. Xin Xiao walked in front of him with a mischievous smile. Qinghan, do you know what you look like? Su Qinghan was completely confused. Like what? Like a lucky charm for your husband. If you still have feelings for him, just text Yuan Jiabai? No way. Su Qinghan immediately shook her head and pouted. I'm so beautiful. Besides Jiang Cheng, who else wouldn't want me? Why should I be the one to text him? On the other hand, in order to quickly research the spaceship engine, she carefully studied the documents on the plane. 11 p.m. I arrived at Lin Zhengwo's dorm. I handed him the USB drive. Dean Lin, this is my work on some concepts for aerospace engines and the research blueprints. Lin Zhengwo only looked for a moment, and his expression gradually grew serious, because the information I provided was too detailed. Then my phone suddenly rang. Excuse me, Dean Lin. Lin Zhengwo laughed. It's all right. So late. It must be your little girlfriend, Jiang Da. Sending a message. Young people in love, huh? I've been there too. Don't worry about me. I glanced at my phone. Sure enough, it was a message from Su Qinghan. Are you home yet? I typed back. I'm home already. I'm chatting with someone right now. Su Qinghan, what's wrong? I was instantly furious. He'd finally let go of his last shred of hope, and proactively asked Jiang Cheng what he was doing. That guy actually said he was chatting with someone else. He has time to chat with others, but doesn't have time to send me a message saying he got home? Disappearing for 3 years means we're not friends anymore, huh? Back when we were desk mates. Even if I just go take a shower, he'll text me and let me know. Sure enough, men are fickle. I was just being sentimental, wasn't I? Su Qing snorted softly, then typed a few messages and sent them. I guess I came at a bad time. Then I won't bother you. You chat with him today. I'll come again tomorrow. Good night. I'm going to sleep. Seeing Su Qinghan suddenly sending this long message, I feel a little baffled. What's going on? And this way of speaking. What does Qi mean? Lin Zhengwo saw that my expression was off, so he asked if I'd had a fight with my girlfriend. Back when I was chasing my wife, I would keep her happy beyond measure. If it's a relationship problem, you can ask this old man for advice. And so it went, one daring to ask, the other daring to teach. I sent Su Qinghan a message like this. Then you should go to sleep first. The dorm has air conditioning in the summer. Cover yourself well when you sleep at night, don't catch a cold. Good night, you little thing. I'll smother you with love. On the other side, after Su Qinghan saw it, her expression instantly froze. gnashed her teeth and quickly typed on her phone. Jiang Chang. Haven't beaten you in 3 years. Are you itching for a fight? I'll smother you, you little thing. I'll smother you, you dog of a man. I paused for a moment. Shouldn't it be I'll smother you, you little thing? After hesitating for a few seconds, I immediately texted and asked, isn't that what it says online? Su Qinghan was really furious. That's unintelligible, Jiang Chang. Are you a caveman or something? Xin Xiao in the dorm immediately looked over with gossipy eyes. She looked towards Su Qinghan. Wasn't it your Jiang Chang who angered you? Su Qinghan fiercely clenched her phone. I've decided. At least 3 days without contacting him. Xin Xiao silently said, I think at most 1 day. Lin Jiangwo looked at me, my face becoming numb. How is he? Did he go to sleep happily? I'm speechless. Oh, right. He went to sleep. The next morning, Su Qinghan, as the assistant counselor, was sitting on the playground. He keeps glancing at his phone. Xin Xiao, sitting next to him, quickly asked, Qinghan, do you have a man hidden in your phone? You check your phone every few minutes. What's going on? Zhu Qinghan instantly pouted. Her tone was extremely superior. It's not Jiang Chang. This morning, I just sent a good morning message. And it's almost noon now. I haven't received a single reply. Although I said I wouldn't contact him for 3 days, I didn't tell him that. I even posted a special message on my Moments, with a picture of military training on a hot summer day. I'm just waiting for Jiang Chang to message me. Ask the school about the military training situation. Maybe if I'm feeling soft-hearted, I'll respond to him. Who knows, maybe I'll give him a chance, but he'll still mess it up. Xin Xiao quickly spoke up. Didn't you say yesterday that you wouldn't respond to him for 3 days? Su Qing pouted aggrievedly. Couldn't he at least send me a message? Seeing this, Xin Xiao, I couldn't help but reach out and pinch Su Qinghan's delicate face, still chubby with baby fat. Please, little Qinghan, must you be so adorable? After a moment's thought, he continued to steal glances at his phone. He's not texting you. Then just ignore him. There are plenty of fish in the sea. If it really doesn't work, let's just change it. You don't need him anyway. A man from Jiangchang. Su Qinghan pursed her lips and said, we'll talk about it later. She raised her hand again, opened her phone, and glanced at it. Still no news. The research base in the afternoon. Dozens of leaders, top experts and professors in the field gathered together. Everyone except Wooly. Most of the others received urgent orders, and were immediately transferred to the Mabe research base. They didn't know what was happening at all. Just as everyone was buzzing with discussion, Lin Jiangwo finally arrived with Wooly and me, and slowly entered the conference room. Seeing me appear, some people in the conference room were stunned. Who is this kid? The people here don't know my position, but the researchers working at the research base are at least around 30 years old. Those older ones are almost 70 or 80 years old. Lin Jiangwo glanced at everyone. Everyone, please be quiet. His voice was rather serious, immediately causing everyone present to shut their mouths. Even the other senior academicians from the Chinese Academy of Sciences shut their mouths. They looked solemnly towards Lin Jiangwo. After clearing his throat, Lin Jiangwo continued, saying that there must be a reason for calling everyone together. It certainly has its reasons. But before that, everyone needs to sign a confidentiality agreement. After the confidentiality agreement is signed, we'll discuss other matters. Then, in front of each of them, a confidential file board was placed. After everyone opened their folders, a top-secret document written by CA instantly appeared before everyone. Top secret, 5-star top secret agreement. What project is this? A 5-star top secret agreement. There haven't been many in Thailand, have there? To be able to participate in such an important research project. How many scientific researchers will never even touch a dream like this in their lifetime? After everyone signed the non-disclosure agreement, Lin Jiangwo cleared his throat. The non-disclosure agreements are signed. Then I'll introduce to everyone the project I'm about to announce. It concerns our nation's regional, the design and R&D project for the drive unit. This gentleman standing next to me, Jiang Chen, is the main person in charge of this project. Someone asked, Dean Lin, aren't you joking? Just like that, a young man can actually be responsible for this project? More and more people started to ask questions. Lin Jiangwo didn't say much. He just glanced at me. I immediately recalled. After clearing my throat, I slowly walked to the front of everyone. Distinguished experts, professors, and even the academicians of the Chinese Academy of Sciences. I know my age is quite young, and I know you all are quite puzzled. Why am I participating in this project? Whether you stay or leave is up to you. Even Jiang Cheng can't stop me. I'll give everyone 3 minutes to consider whether to stay or leave. After 3 minutes, I will explain my reasons. Any doubts or questions can be asked directly to me then. The entire conference room fell instantly silent. Some also looked at Jiang Chen with quite a bit of surprise. Regardless of his research capabilities, in front of so many expert professors, someone who could speak with such confidence, in terms of courage, already surpasses all the young talents in the country. 3 minutes later, of course, no one wants to leave, no matter what. A top secret, 5-star project. No one wants to miss an opportunity like this. After seeing the scene, I slowly spoke. The research on this regional drive engine device was proposed by me, and we've already achieved some theoretical results and research data. Next, I will fully explain the research approach to everyone, and what comes next, the research content that you will need to cooperate on. You can also raise any questions. Countless people gasped in amazement. It really is a law-driven device. Are we all getting old? Today's young people are so amazing. After completely accepting this reality, everyone held a short meeting. The meeting lasted nearly 6 hours, until after 2 a.m. I finally finished the meeting. This presentation focused on explaining the implementation theory of regional drive units. He also answered various questions raised by many expert scholars. The meeting ended with thunderous applause, accompanied by the excited shouts of research scholars. It resounded throughout the entire conference room. These people are really getting old. But thankfully, China's scientific research community has successors. Truly, a new generation is rising to the challenge. After saying goodbye to the experts, I went to the security box by the door and retrieved my phone. I turned it on. I returned to my dorm at the reception. After turning on my device, I saw a message from Su Qinghan. It was a message sent around 11 p.m. Just a short goodnight message. After thinking for a few seconds, I lightly smiled and replied with good night, sleep well. The next second, Su Qinghan replied instantly. Oh my. Our busy person finally deigned to reply. I paused slightly. I replied, you're awake. Su Qinghan instantly gritted his teeth. Awake? I haven't slept at all. Jiang Cheng, besides a good morning message, I really didn't send him any unnecessary messages. It made him feel all itchy inside. Sending a good night message, was also hoping Jiang Cheng would message me back. But I ended up waiting and waiting, until now. I took a deep breath, quickly calming myself down. Su Qinghan slowly returned, not having fallen asleep. I chatted with my roommate for a while. Is there a problem? No problem. I quickly replied to several messages, asking, so when are you planning to sleep? I don't know, Su Qinghan said, pursing her lips. After hesitating for a few seconds, she immediately sent another message asking about family matters. So busy? You're so busy you don't even have time to send me a message. I silently replied, I'm pretty busy. Su Qinghan quickly replied, that's good. Then silently bit her lip. Since you're busy, then just don't send me messages. Go ahead and busy yourself. But in the end, he still didn't send out his activity announcement. Instead, he curiously asked, last time I was so angry with you. I haven't had a chance to ask yet. Jiang Chen, you disappeared for 3 years without a word. Don't I deserve an explanation? But after thinking it over carefully, I realized that asking that might be a little too pushy. So he continued, of course, if you don't think you need to explain to me, that's fine. We don't really have any relationship anyway. After sending the message, Su Qinghan couldn't bring herself to hate that stinky Jiang Chen. He disappeared without a word for 3 years. This beautiful girl is still able to text you nicely. You're lucky. You'd better give me a good explanation for disappearing without a word 3 years ago. After hesitating for a moment, I returned to Qinghan. Can we not talk about this? Su Qinghan was so angry she wanted to smash the bed, but she still calmed herself down, quickly replying, okay, let's leave it at that. I'm going to sleep now. After seeing this message, I quickly asked, are you angry? Su Qinghan laughed self-deprecatingly. Isn't this blockhead hopeless? He continued to return. I dare not get angry with you, big blind Jiang. If you get angry again, what if you leave without a word again, like 3 years ago? I was stunned. I won't. 3 years ago, there was a real reason. But I promise, I won't disappear without a word again. Su Qinghan's message came quickly. I'm not anyone special to you. You don't need to tell me this. I typed back, aren't we friends? Su Qinghan replied instantly, just friends? I immediately replied, could we be anything else? Su Qinghan pouted in annoyance. After quickly replying to the message, she helplessly face-palmed. Hopeless. This person is truly hopeless. I've already made myself so clear. Doesn't he understand what I mean? After sighing, Su Qinghan hurriedly added, forget it. I want to sleep. You should get some rest early. Good friend, I sent a good night message. Then you should go to sleep. Good night, Su Qinghan. Returned with a good night, sleep well. For the next few days, the two of them continued like this. They chatted sporadically, sending a good morning message. Su Qinghan replied with a good morning. Su Qinghan sent a good night. I replied with a good night. There was no other communication. But every time I saw Su Qinghan's message, it was a rare moment of relaxation in my busy scientific research work. It was a rare bit of respite. 10 days later, Jiangcheng University's military training is nearing its end. The base is enveloped in a wave of enthusiastic applause. A full 10 days. During these 10 days, they spent day and night immersed in the research base. All for the sake of establishing this model. As long as this model can operate successfully, it will mean that Jiangcheng's theory is valid. So today is a truly historic day. Countless people began whispering amongst themselves. In my lifetime, I never thought I'd see the possibility of curve-driven implementation. It's truly unbelievable. If the model can run completely, This will absolutely be a major breakthrough for the global power industry. This day will surely be recorded in history. What progress? Soon, research personnel. Brought a red ignition button. Director Jiang, you do the honors. I took a deep breath. My gaze solemn as I pressed the button. Everyone held their breath. Following that, the filter drive model. It immediately started up. Powerful electrical energy surged into it. Throughout the research base, a series of red lights began to flash. A continuous sound began to reach everyone's ears. Ignition successful. Starting the warp engine nacelle. Warp engine nacelles online. Negative energy generation preheated. Laser emission detected negative energy presence. High energy warp particle collection procedure in progress. Warp field established. Current warp factor 0.1 detected. Experimental payload deployment ready. With the final countdown complete, a 100 gene, approximately 50 kilograms, sphere, was dropped directly from midair into the warp field. The iron ball, which should have fallen vertically, the moment it entered the warp field, flew directly forward. Finally, it heavily struck a massive iron gate 100 meters away. Seeing this, everyone's anxieties finally eased. Inside the entire base, a wave of jubilant cries erupted. We did it! Curvature drive is feasible. Countless people embraced each other in joyous celebration. In 5 years, or 10 at most, China will surely be able to bring a true warp drive onto the world stage. Lin Jiangwo's eyes welled up. He'd spent his whole life working with engines. From the very beginning, he'd watched China's fighter engine technology grow from nothing. He's experienced almost every hardship imaginable. More than anyone, he hopes that China will stand at the pinnacle of the world in aerospace. And today, he saw it. After the excitement, I slowly bowed slightly to everyone. Jiang Cheng is here. Thank you all for your understanding. The rest of the way will be difficult for you all. But after I lowered my head slightly, I felt my head getting heavier and heavier. I instantly thought to myself, oh no, I've been overworking myself lately. My stamina can't hold out. My body instinctively. It started to shake slightly. Jiang Cheng, what's wrong with you? Lin Jiangwo was the first to notice Jiang Cheng's condition, because since this morning, he felt that my mental state was not right. But because the regional drive unit model was about to be assembled, that's why I've been holding on so tightly. The model test is over now, and now that tension I was holding on to has released, I let out a wry smile. My physical condition is still not good enough. I've only lasted 10 days, and my mental state is already like this. I have a pretty clear picture of my current situation. It's simply physical exhaustion. I just don't know how many days I'll be unconscious. I hope I don't stay unconscious for too long. Otherwise, Su Qinghan will worry. Then, with my remaining strength, I used my peripheral vision to deceive Lin Jiangwo. This time, I'll trouble you. Again. The next second, I slowly closed my eyes. My body uncontrollably began to tilt forward. I vaguely heard Lin Jiangwo shouting loudly towards the door. Quick! Quick, someone! Get him to the military hospital in Maobei immediately. Above Jiangcheng University, 4 of China's most advanced fighter jets roared past. And in the center of those 4 jets, an armed transport plane flew steadily. The students, who were on break, looked up at the blue sky. Their expressions brightened slightly. I can't believe it, 4 fighter jets providing escort. That transport plane in the middle. Who's on board? Or is it transporting some crucial supplies? Even the fighter jets are deployed. What's going on here? It's not like no students started taking pictures with their phones. The usually amiable military training instructors suddenly stood up. Everyone, put down your phones. No pictures. Delete all the photos you've taken. Accompanied by a chorus of reprimands. The head instructor's voice boomed over the loudspeaker. Everyone's break is over. Put down your phones. Meanwhile, in other parts of Kyoto, no one else captured this scene on film. Surprisingly, though either their videos simply wouldn't send, or they were deleted less than a minute after being sent, all of them were deleted in under a minute. Su Qinghan looked up, glancing at the fighter jets roaring through the sky. He didn't know why, but he suddenly felt a tightness in his chest. Xin Xiao, beside him, quickly noticed his unusual behavior. Qinghan, what's wrong? You look a little pale. It's nothing. I just suddenly feel a little unwell. Zhu Qinghan weakly shook her head. Then, forcing a smile, she reassured Xin Xiao, it's nothing. I'll be fine after resting for a while. But her gaze remained fixed on the sky, on the fighter jets speeding across the sky. 3 days later, Kyoto Military Hospital, VIP ward. After being transferred from Jiangcheng to the Kyoto General Hospital, they issued orders directly from above. Basically, they summoned all the top experts from the main hospital, all of them, for a collective examination and consultation for Jiangcheng. It made everyone incredibly anxious, until it was officially confirmed that Jiangcheng was just suffering from exhaustion and needed rest. Only then did everyone breathe a sigh of relief. On the Jiangcheng University campus, Xin Xiao turned to Su Qinghan beside her and asked, Qinghan, want some milk tea? No, Su Qinghan replied, somewhat absent-minded. I'm feeling upset, and don't want to eat anything. What's wrong with you? Xin Xiao asked curiously. You've been distracted for 3 days. What's going on? After snapping back to reality, Shin Xiao started to ask with a smile. Could it be because of Song Jingyan? I heard that. He plans to confess to you tonight at the welcome party. You wouldn't be worried about this, would you? That's not the main reason. Su Qinghan sighed. Since 3 days ago, after Jiang Cheng sent him a good morning message, he's been like he's vanished into thin air. I've sent him so many messages. I haven't gotten a single reply. It's like Jiang Cheng has disappeared again. Kyoto Military Headquarters General Hospital. While the two old academicians were bickering, I, lying in the hospital bed, wiggled my fingers slightly. Then I slowly opened my eyes. Using my peripheral vision, I glanced at Lin Jiangwo and Chu Weiming beside me. Weakly, I said, my phone, where's my phone? Lin Jiangwo instantly stood up from the sofa in the ward. Overjoyed, he rushed to Jiang Chen's side. Xiao Chen, you're awake. Then, he shouted loudly towards the ward door, Doctor, come quickly. The patient's awake. I glanced at the two excited people. It's just a nap, right? You don't need to be this excited after waking up, do you? Then I repeated myself to Erlung. Which one of you has time to get my phone for me? Then, I casually asked, how many days have I been unconscious this time? Lin Jiangwo nodded repeatedly. It's been 3 days. He walked to the table where Jiang Chen's personal belongings were kept. After finding the phone, he immediately handed it to me. After I received it, I quickly opened the phone screen. A series of messages instantly popped up before me. It was a long string of messages from Su Qinghan. Good night. Didn't you sleep at all last night? Jiang Chen, where are you? Are you going to disappear again and not reply to my messages? Jiang Chen, I'll give you half an hour. If you don't reply, I'll never talk to you again. Jiang Chen, you jerk. I'm giving you one last chance to reply. Jiang Chen, where on earth have you been? Jiang Chen, I hate you. Then there were messages from several people in the dorm. Su Xiang said, Third year. I have some urgent news for you. In a couple of days, at our college's freshman welcome party, the student council president, a sophomore in our college, is going to confess to Senior Su. Are you finished with your family matters? Su Mingdong and Lu Yu sent similar messages. My younger brother's house is going to be robbed. After quickly reading through the series of messages, I immediately looked up. I stopped the doctors who were just walking to the ward entrance. Could I be discharged today? What did you say? Before the doctor could react, the two senior members became anxious. Lin Jiangwo and Chu Weiming both looked at me. Little Chin, why are you leaving the hospital today? If it's to attend tonight's celebration banquet, we can have someone pick you up from the hospital. Pushing you over there would be the same. Or should I just say, don't go at all? At this time, the doctor also came before me, Mr. Jiang. If you want to leave today, it's not a problem. But can you guarantee that your physical condition will recover within half a day? I nodded heavily. Then, let's see what the two deans have arranged for the celebration banquet. What are the arrangements for the celebration banquet? Lin Jiangwo said. The celebration banquet will be held in the Great Hall. It starts at 7 o'clock. Around 7:30, the chief will come to present awards and give a speech. Then it will end at 8 o'clock. We'll move to the Jiangshan Pavilion State Guest House for the dinner banquet. I glanced at my phone again. The time for the welcome party was on my phone. The welcome party starts at 8 p.m. So I continued to ask Jiangshan, how long does it take to get to our school from quarantine? Chu Weiman casually replied, it's very close. About 10 minutes. Lin Jiangwo was immediately shocked. Little Chen, you don't want to go back to school, do you? Is that even possible given your current condition? I gave Lin Jiangwo a firm look. Lin Jiangwo nodded thoughtfully. I understand. You were cheated on. Several dark lines appeared on my forehead. I thought to myself, you're really up to date, aren't you? But all I could do was cry without tears. I wasn't cheated on. I just had some business at school. Lin Jiangwo quickly went to Xiao Chen. You don't need to explain. We understand. What do you want to eat for lunch? I don't even want to explain. Just anything that will fill me up. At this time, a piece of online news quickly topped the trending searches. 7 p.m. The Chinese Academy of Sciences will announce major news. People's Daily will broadcast the press conference live. Live streaming of the press conference. Television stations will also broadcast the press conference simultaneously. Everyone is watching live. As soon as this news broke, Weibo exploded. Whoa, what on earth has the Chinese Academy of Sciences developed? You know, as an official news outlet, they always get straight to the point. They never build hype beforehand. Something big must be happening this time. The seconds ticked by. It was nearing 6:30 in the evening. I changed into a black suit in the hospital room. Lin Jiangwo and Chu Weiming were waiting at the door early. No change needed. Watching me, in my suit, push open the door and come out. Both of them were shocked. Little Chen, this is the first time we've seen you in a suit. I have to say, you look quite the part. It's only slightly worse than when I was younger. Chu Weiming laughed. His spirits are pretty good. After all, you're the main character today. Even if you don't end up on TV, you can still leave a good impression on the chief. After all, Jiang Cheng's identity is still confidential. Whether it's an award or a medal, they're all awarded privately, internally. No media will capture Jiang Cheng's face, not even his profile. At most, just a back view. I nodded slightly. Okay, I naturally understand what Chu Weiming said, and I completely understand. Myself. Devoting myself to research was never for fame or fortune. After a few more casual words, the three of them left the military headquarters together, getting into a black, prepared red star car. It only took about 10 minutes for the vehicle to arrive at the entrance of the Jiangshan Pavilion. The area was completely sealed off. After reaching the hall on the top floor of the Jiangshan Pavilion, the atmosphere in the hall was unusually serious. There wasn't any unnecessary background noise, not even from a recorded news broadcast. After I set up the camera tripod and configured the camera, I quietly waited for the press conference to begin. Nearly 100 white chairs were arranged in the west wing of the hall. Each seat had a name card. Wang Zhengwo and Chu Weiming's name cards were there. The section was placed at the very front. Jiang Cheng was also in the front row, but his seat was on the side. After seeing the seating arrangement, I immediately asked Elder Chu and Elder Lin, "Isn't it inappropriate that my name is placed here? Isn't it a little inappropriate? But in this row, those are all the names of top academicians from the Chinese Academy of Sciences. What's inappropriate about that? Chu Weiming, you immediately show filial piety. Do you have the qualifications to sit in this row with us? Besides, regarding this incident, we've already been very lenient by not letting you appear. This seating arrangement absolutely cannot be changed. And rest assured, all the media outlets are internal. They've all been notified. Nothing will fall on you. At most, just a fleeting glimpse." After saying this, Chu Weiming sighed again. Back then, we all worked in secret. We worked hard on our research. But times have changed. When the time is right, your great name will surely be known throughout the world's scientific community. This is the confidence brought about by the rise of our nation. And within that confidence lies Jiang Chan's contribution. I hesitated for a few seconds, but in the end, I still took this seat. Soon, after everyone was seated, the Huaxia Academy of Sciences press conference countdown had reached the final 5 minutes, inside the main broadcast studio. At this moment, nearly 1 million people were watching online. Meanwhile, inside the Jiangcheng University auditorium, although freshmen and upperclassmen gathered together in the academy, sitting in rows, they were seated among the various seats in the auditorium. Su Qinghan stood in the auditorium, behind the stage while resting. She looked incredibly elegant. Not far from Su Qinghan stood Song Jingyan, wearing a black tuxedo. "I'm adjusting my tie right now." After adjusting my tie, Song Jingyan immediately smiled and walked in front of Su Qinghan. "How about it, class monitor? Are you nervous?" "I'm fine," Su Qinghan replied calmly. Then he sat down in the restroom, on his own chair. He casually picked up his phone and started playing with it. Song Jingyan was slightly stunned by this, but the next moment, his gaze became even more determined. Tonight, he absolutely had to confess successfully. Su Xiang and the others sat on the chairs in the auditorium. The three people in the dorm whispered to each other, saying that the third roommate wouldn't be late tonight. "Let's go. Lao San just texted that he's on his way. He'll definitely make it to the school auditorium before 8:30. Meanwhile, at the Chinese Academy of Sciences, time ticked by, second by second. By the time it was Kyoto, the time was precisely after 7 p.m. In the live broadcast studio, everyone, even countless people watching TV, were eagerly awaiting the press conference, which finally began. The main channel instantly switched. The TV drama screen also showed the press conference. What met their eyes was a man with a full head of white hair. This is Wang Bin, the current spokesperson for the State Press and Publication Administration. "Good evening, everyone, members of the media. Welcome to this press conference hosted by the Chinese Academy of Sciences." The next second, countless flashbulbs went off. Cameras went wild, capturing photos of Wang Bin's speech. This press conference has only one topic. That is, regarding this major invention is a breakthrough by the Chinese Academy of Sciences. It was developed at the Chinese Academy of Sciences Reserves by a research team led by academician Weiming. After 3 years of overcoming numerous obstacles and difficulties, China has finally succeeded in breaking through the technological research of Inami light aircraft. The advent of this technology will significantly enhance China's technological development. It also represents our nation's scientific research team breaking through the technological blockade imposed by numerous foreign tech giants. When the soldier finished his speech, everyone present was stunned. In the live broadcast room, various bullet comments surged wildly. "Oh my god, our country actually has enemy chips now. We've truly achieved world-leading technology. So does that mean that in the future, the phones we use can all be installed with domestic enemy chips? Then the speed of playing games will be incredibly fast." On the other side of the Pacific, in the United States, inside an exquisitely decorated palace, intelligence, the head of the structure is standing next to the president's office, and before the two of them, on the Apple computer, the CAS press conference is being live-streamed. Even they have only recently researched the light etching machine chips. But China has already. They secretly developed a lithography machine with Inama-level precision chips. This disrupted their entire series of arrangements against China. Everything was thrown into disarray. From previously taking the initiative, they completely became a passive party. The president was rapidly flipping through a file. Finally, he put down the file. Frowning, I looked at the person in charge. I asked, "Why are you showing me the file of a 20-year-old?" The person in charge immediately began to explain. "It's like this. This is information our overseas team brought back. This young man, Jiang Chen, disappeared exactly 3 years ago. I used almost all the intelligence resources we have over there. The internet didn't turn up any information on this young man. It's as if he vanished into thin air. Until a month ago, he reappeared in the public eye. And most importantly, just a month after his disappearance, China just announced that they've developed an ENGSUB precision lithography machine. So we have reason to suspect this young man was definitely involved in the research of ENGSUB precision lithography machines, and he probably was responsible for certain crucial steps." President Wenyan's eyes instantly flashed with a cold light. "Then go check it for me. If it really is him, what should we do?" You know, the Jiangshan pavilion on the other side. After Chu Weiming introduced the chip, the whole internet went crazy. Wow, isn't this data unbelievably amazing? I suspect the old president of Huaka Academy wanted us to understand. That's all I said. I feel this isn't just about the chip's outstanding aspects. At the end of his speech, Chu Weiming picked up his microphone again. He glanced at Jiang Cheng sitting in the corner and slowly said, "Finally, I want to say to everyone, although I'm the main person in charge of this project, he is the chief designer of this research project. There are others involved. However, due to confidentiality regulations, we cannot directly reveal this researcher's name. Even his photograph will not appear on our screen. But it was he who, 3 years ago, at the age when he should have been enjoying his prime, he resolutely left his hometown, leading our research team, overcoming one difficulty after another. Only then did we have truly our own, China's advanced technological achievements. And only then did we have what we are now. Showing you, the Qinglong #1. The initial chip. He is the undisputed doctoral researcher of our great nation. Here, as the president of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, I sincerely thank this outstanding researcher. And I also sincerely thank the others who have been hidden in the shadows, silently and without fanfare, working on the latest research, and many other researchers. Thank them for their tremendous contributions to our nation's scientific research. This honor I stand here with today belongs to them." As soon as Chu Weiming said this, the live stream's comments immediately began scrolling rapidly. What does that mean? The people who developed lithography technology must have their reasons. 3 years of obscurity, and they will continue to remain unknown in the future. They are the true stars we should be celebrating. To those unknown researchers, we offer our highest respect. No more words needed. Salute to our scientific researchers. A barrage of comments scrolled across everyone's screens. No regrets in this life for joining China. In my next life, I'll still be a loyal citizen of our motherland. Countless identical comments appeared in the live broadcast room. Soon, the press conference ended. Chu Weiming came up to me. "Xiao Chen," he said, "let's go. The chief is waiting for you in his office." I froze for a few seconds. My heart rate involuntarily sped up. I've been at the research base for 3 years, and I've met quite a few high-level leaders, but most of them were in the research field. This was my first time meeting the CEO. The next second, I smiled and nodded. Then I left the banquet hall with Chu Weiming. We arrived at the Jiangshan Pavilion, an office on the top floor. So this is the CEO's temporary office? In a large room, a bright red carpet covered the floor, but the furnishings inside were very simple. At this moment, the elderly man with a weathered face was sitting beside his desk, and in front of him was a red certificate of merit and a small, exquisite box made of sandalwood. Its name was unclear. After he led me into the room, the old man slowly rose from his chair. Seeing such a young Jiang Cheng, he was slightly taken aback at first, but he quickly smiled warmly. He walked over, shook my hand, and said, "Academician Jiang, you truly live up to your reputation. The future of China, the future of our scientific research, it will depend on you young people to carry it forward." Nod slightly. "I've only done what any Chinese citizen should do." Elder laughs. "What any Chinese citizen should do." What a statement. "This time, you've performed a great service for our country." The old man released my hand. His filial piety was admirable. "Your EUV lithography technology really solved a huge problem for us. From now on, China will no longer be dependent on other technological powers when it comes to chips. It's all thanks to you." I smiled modestly. "The lithography machine technology, I only provided the theoretical technology and concepts. The credit should belong to the entire research project team. Without them, I couldn't have completed it alone." "You're too humble." The elder laughed. Then he returned to his desk. His expression grew serious. "Comrade Jiang Cheng, now, I'm here on behalf of the Chinese Academy of Sciences to announce your reward." My expression immediately softened. The elder looked at me and said, regarding Comrade Jiang Cheng, as the chief designer of the project, after 3 years of hard work, leading our national research team, breaking through the ENGSUB precision lithography technology, has made a significant contribution to the nation. Comrade Jiang Cheng is hereby awarded the highest science and technology award of China. Unprecedented. He is also promoted to the honorary title of Senior Academician of the Chinese Academy of Sciences. The elder slowly walked to Jiang Chen. He handed the certificate of honor into his hands. Little Chen, please accept this. This honor is well deserved. I nodded solemnly. With both hands, I respectfully received the certificate of honor. Then the old man returned to his desk. He picked up a medal from the box. He continued in a serious tone, furthermore, in view of Comrade Jiang Chen's significant contributions to China, on behalf of the organization, I specially bestow upon you the Huagua Doctoral Medal. I hope that you will continue to strive for excellence in the future, and lead Huagua's scientific research to new heights. Receive it. The elder slowly fastened the red medal to Jiang Cheng's left chest, after finally adjusting Jiang Cheng's collar. Then the old man looked at me earnestly, saying, Little Chen, you'll have to put up with this honorary title for now. When the day actually comes, I will personally present the award to you in front of all the people of China. I nodded solemnly. After bidding farewell to the chief, I left the top floor of the Jiangshan Pavilion. In the corridor, I raised my hand and glanced at my phone. It was only a little after 8. After getting into the black car that had been waiting at the entrance, the car immediately sped towards Jiangcheng University. Inside the grand auditorium of Jingcheng University, Su Ziang was getting restless. What's up with Lao San? Wasn't he supposed to be on his way? The party's already started, and he still hasn't come back? But the next second, Lu Yu looked up and saw that Lao San had replied in the dorm group chat. He said he's on his way. He'll be there within 10 minutes. Su Ziang finally breathed a sigh of relief. But just at that moment, Lu Yu couldn't help but say, What's going on? Look, the counselor just sent a message in the class group chat. She said that the female classmate who was preparing a program for our class suddenly felt unwell and went straight to the infirmary in pain. I guess I can't go on stage. Let me ask the group chat if anyone plays the piano. Does anyone here play the piano? Su Ziang and Su Mingdong shook their heads. We really don't. The next second, Jiang Chen suddenly replied in the class group chat. I can do it. I can go up instead of him. Immediately after, I sent another message in the dorm group chat. How much longer until our class's performance starts? Su Ziang thought for a few seconds, then replied, about half an hour. I immediately opened the car door, thanked the driver, and quickly rushed to the entrance of the auditorium. After they saw me appear in a suit, Su Ziang and the others instantly exclaimed, Whoa! Third brother, you're finally back. Li Mingdong also looked me up and down several times. But where did you get that suit? Putting it on, you actually look quite presentable. You're only a tiny bit worse than me. As for my clothes, he completely ignored the doctoral medal he was still wearing. He just ignored it. It's pretty normal for a suit to have a brooch or something. I didn't have time to catch up with Su Mingdong and the others. I went straight ahead and asked where Su Qinghan was. Lu Yu casually replied, Where else could he be? He's in the backstage restroom north of the Great Hall right now. My voice was a little urgent. Take me to him. Su Ziang sighed helplessly. We can't go. Only the performers have access backstage. No, we can't, Su Mingdong said with a chuckle. But you can. Third brother, I didn't know you played the piano. I nodded. I learned as a child. Su Ziang instantly clapped his hands. Then what are we waiting for? Come on, let's go to the break room. Su Mingdong approached the senior student, in charge of the program schedule. He said with a smile, Senior, I'm really sorry, but could you please let us change the song? The senior student immediately became a little impatient. What's wrong with you guys? They suddenly changed performers right before the performance. And now they have to change the music. If everyone from every class were as disorganized as your class, then should we even hold this welcome party or not? I'm so sorry, senior sister. Su Mingdong repeatedly bowed his head and apologized. It's mainly the music selection. This new classmate of ours isn't very familiar with things yet. Just let us switch. The senior sister said coldly, Where's the person who replaced him? Have him come talk to me himself. Su Mingdong scratched the back of his head. Our third roommate isn't very good at talking. He's a bit shy. He's just standing there. Senior, please be lenient. The senior glanced at Jiang Cheng. Her eyes lit up instantly. So the boy who said he'd play the piano is him. After hesitating for a few seconds, he slowly spoke again. Xiaozhou no Inori. I know this piece too. It expresses a girl's longing for beautiful fantasies. This song. Is he going to play this for his girlfriend? Su Mingdong froze for a moment. His eyes darted around quickly. After a few seconds, he laughed. No way, senior sister. Our Lao San, from elementary school until now, let alone dating, he hasn't even held a girl's hand. My senior sister slowly smiled. Oh, like that? I agree about changing the song. But I'm taking a risk doing this. In exchange, you have to do me a small favor. Su Mingdong nodded. He nodded. Go ahead. After the welcome party, I need his contact information. Su Mingdong gave an okay sign. No problem. After Su Mingdong returned, Su Ziang and the others immediately asked curiously, Did you get it done? Su Mingdong smiled triumphantly. Of course. With me, Brother Su, on the job. Getting a senior student is a piece of cake. Su Xiang asked, how did you manage it? Su Mingdong curled his lip and made a gesture of exchange. That girl has a crush on our third brother. In exchange, after the party ends later, I'll give her his contact information. Su Xiang and Lu Yu looked at Jiang Chen in surprise. Whoa, will that really work? But Su Mingdong asked again, Lao San, why did you have to choose this piece? I slowly began, because I once promised someone that I would play it for them at our high school sports meet arts performance. I was going to play it for him. But before the performance began, I transferred schools. Su Mingdong seemed thoughtful. That person was Su Qinghan. Senior Su nodded in agreement. Half an hour passed quickly. Su Qinghan and Song Jingyan also received their revised cue cards. Now, let's invite the members of Jingguan Class 1. Holding the new cue cards, Su Qinghan, who was preparing for the cue cards, glanced at the names written on them. I froze on the spot. My mind went completely blank in that instant. Song Jingyan glanced at Su Qinghan. Class monitor, what's wrong? Su Qinghan took a deep breath. After shaking her head, her voice trembling slightly, she said, next, please welcome Jiang Chen from Class 1 of Jingguan, who will perform the piano piece, Xiaozhou no Inori, A Girl's Prayer. As soon as the words left his mouth, some student council members backstage came forward and moved a piano from the side of the stage to the other side. Backstage, the senior sister in charge immediately went to the group of students and said, Jiang, it's your turn. As she said this, my senior smiled at me. She gave me a fighting gesture. I nodded slightly. Then, I slowly walked from the backstage restroom, step by step, up the steps, to the top of the stage. I took a deep look at the other side of the stage, Su Qinghan's expressionless face. I then quickly walked to the front of everyone. After a slight, improper bow, I sat down on the bench beside the piano. The spotlight above the stage shone directly on me, and on the large screen at the back of the stage, the camera also captured my profile. The girls below immediately cheered. Girl, look. That guy on stage is so handsome. He's a freshman at our Jiangda University this year, too. He's too handsome. Oh my god. Within 3 minutes, I need to get all the information about that man. Jiang Cheng's gentle piano music filled the air. It slowly reached everyone's ears. On one side of the stage, Song Jinyan noticed Su Qinghan's emotional shift. He quickly asked, class monitor, what's wrong? Ever since this new student, Jiang Chen, took the stage, he'd noticed Su Qinghan acting strangely. Su Qinghan shook her head. Nothing. I looked up slightly. Su Qinghan's gaze immediately met mine. Subconsciously, Su Qinghan's eyes began to dart away. My heart stirred slightly, but I slowly looked away. I began to concentrate on playing until the music finished. I rose slightly again and walked to the center of the stage. I bowed slightly to the audience below. Then I stood to the side of the stage. I took one last, deep look at Su Qinghan. Only then did I slowly walk off the stage. Su Qinghan quickly composed herself. She and Song Jingyan went on stage together, announcing the next program. After it's finished, he looked at Song Jingyan and said, I have something to do. I need to go backstage. If I don't come back, you'll have to handle the next act alone. After saying that, Su Qinghan, in her red high heels, dragging her long skirt, she quickly chased after Jiang Cheng. Su Qinghan had just walked from the stage to the rest area, when I grabbed her right hand. Come with me for a moment. Su Qinghan didn't resist, and was expressionlessly pulled by me to outside the restroom. Having reached the restroom door, which had just been closed, Su Qinghan abruptly flung her hand away. She released my hand. She looked at Jiang Chen and me coldly. Are you finished making a scene? You disappeared 3 days ago without a word. Now you suddenly appear, and even come on stage to perform? What do you want by dragging me out here? You think this is fun, don't you? Or do you want to see how miserable I've been these past 2 days? My expression shows some guilt. Qinghan, I don't know how to explain it. I can't exactly say I slept in the hospital for 3 days, can I? What do you mean you? Su Qinghan sneered, Jiang Chen. I admit I liked you in high school. Even when school started, when I heard you weren't dead, I was happy too, because I still had feelings for you. That's why I rushed to the boys' dormitory entrance to wait for you that early morning. But that's not an excuse for you to repeatedly play me. Last time, you disappeared without a word. I didn't ask you why, but now you've disappeared without a word for 3 days. What are you doing? You won't answer my calls or messages. Do you really think I like you? That you can do whatever you want in front of me? Qinghan, I really didn't mean to. I quickly explained. There's a reason I didn't reply to your messages for 3 days. I really didn't mean to. And I came to Beijing University because of you. Give me another chance. I promise. I won't disappear without a word again. Su Qinghan sneered. Is that your explanation? I stammered a reply. I really did have a bit of a problem. Then tell me, what was the reason? Even if you were busy, you shouldn't have been unable to send even a message. I sighed. I couldn't bring myself to say it. Su Qinghan is completely disappointed. Forget it. Then you don't need to explain. Jiang Chen, I don't care why you suddenly disappeared 3 years ago. And now you're back at Peking University. What's the reason? I don't care anymore. In these 3 days, I've thought it over. Whether you reply to my messages or not, go wherever you want. Be as carefree as you want to be. From now on, your life has nothing to do with me. That way, I don't have to worry about when you'll disappear again without a word. I'm so tired. Jiangchen, I never want to like you again. In the end, Su Qinghan practically shouted, let's just end it here between us. Let's not interfere with each other's lives. Let's pretend we never knew each other from now on. As soon as the words left her lips, Su Qinghan walked past me with a blank expression, quickly pushing open the back door of the break room. He strode into the lounge, drawing the attention of everyone inside. Then Su Qinghan walked to the other side of the stage. A single, glistening tear quietly slipped from his beautiful eyes, but he quickly wiped it away.